do some jumping jacks because I need to stretch my legs.
Did you have fun?
Yep.
Love you, love you.
Love you.
So glad you could come by yourself. It was fun, huh?
Love you, Mom. Thank you so much. Okay, Turbo and I are flying home this morning. We got to the airport at 9 a.m. Maybe we left the house at 9 a.m., got here at 9:30. It's 1:15 and we are still here. Our flight was delayed when we first got here to leave. Instead of 11:07, it was then gonna leave at 12:15. Now it is being delayed until 2:15. I think they had delays getting it here. I think there's a snowstorm in Provo. So we're dealing with all sorts of delays. So we're finally giving in, grabbing some lunch. Got a little bit more time to waste. We are hopefully getting out of here today. I hope they don't cancel our flight altogether. It looks like a lot of snow is coming to Utah. So Turin and I have just been chatting it up with one of the soccer coaches and making the best of our time here at the airport.
Alrighty, well, it's really good afternoon, not good morning. This morning's been a little bit of a unscheduled series of events this morning. So Lindsay was supposed to be in right around now, and I was supposed to be at the office this morning. Unfortunately, sweet little Ashton is sick. He probably got whatever Landon had, and potentially whatever I may have had. My guess is, obviously at this point, it's pretty obvious. It's the 24-hour stomach flu. It's no big deal. It comes and goes really quick. So Ashton stayed home today. Therefore, I had to shift my plans around a little bit. I was anticipating on Lindsay being home around now, around like 12:30. And unfortunately, her and Turin's flight from Arizona has now been delayed because of the storm. So it's really not storming that bad right now at our house, but supposedly it is snowing kind of near the airport. So I'm sure as the weather progresses, we'll probably get some snow up here today. But guys, her flight has been delayed now 3 times to the point where she's getting home at, let's see if she texted me, it's landing at 3:45. So I will absolutely be working home most of the day. I'll end up probably picking up Landon for sure. Sweet little Ava's back. She had an awesome little Thanksgiving feast at her school today, which is really exciting. She came home with a grateful hat.
A grateful hat.
What are you grateful for? You're thankful for teachers, family, school, and friends. So guys, look at Ava's outfit. Comment down below if you feel like I rocked the outfit today. No, she did not dress herself. Full disclosure, Mindy did laugh when she saw Ava's hair because I did.
Bows right here.
Yep, see I did the 2 bows like right there with no ponytails, just 2 bows. I mean, did I do it wrong? I don't know. I think I did it right. Lindsay usually does Ava's hair. Anyway, so she's now back from school safe. Ashton is still upstairs, just hanging out in his room. He said he wasn't feeling well, so I took him up on it, and he definitely is not feeling very well. So hopefully this will pass through him pretty quick. But in the meantime, I am again holding down the fort here at the house, and hopefully they get here safely here in the next little bit. But again, it sounds like they are delayed big time.
Guys, we have some bad news. We have to drive home because both flights got delayed and there's not a flight out of here until Wednesday afternoon, and we want to go home, so we are driving.
The problem is that they're canceling our flights, but they're not planning new flights for all of these people. So there were 21 seats left in the flight tomorrow morning, and then after that it's Wednesday afternoon, and we won't make it home for Thanksgiving. So our only other option is to rent a car and drive home. So
tonight, we're gonna get home at like 3 a.m. people.
it has been chaos. There have been little kids crying. There have been people trying to find out where their baggage is. Some people are trying to get to funerals. It's honestly really sad. People are everywhere trying to reschedule. It has been massively chaotic. So we're trying to get this figured out. We're hoping to jump in a rental car and start making our way home. My mom has picked us up from the airport. We are headed to a rental car place. I wish we could just stay and have more fun here in Arizona, but I'm feeling a little worried about getting home and getting us packed up for our Thanksgiving plans. So we are going to just jump from one thing to the next here and just jump in a car and start driving home. I don't know if we'll make it all the way home tonight, but we're gonna get as far as we can, hoping that we won't catch the snowstorm at all. But I'm feeling a lot like the mom in Home Alone right now that couldn't get on a flight and she ended up on a bus with a bunch of musicians. Just feels like trying to get home for the holidays. Reminds me of Home Alone. Love that movie. So here we go. The adventures continue. Hey guys, we're on the road. I am like so proud of this little Team Turbo mom because we did not blink an eye. We just rented a rental car so fast. I couldn't even believe that it was happening. And we are all the way already on our way home. Justin was trying to convince us to fly, but it was a ridiculous amount of money to try to get a flight out of Phoenix this last minute. And I just need to get home. I just need to get home so that I can unpack from this trip, get us packed for our next trip. So I'm just feeling grateful that we found a rental car so quickly that we can get on the road at a decent time to at least make our way as far as we can on the road. It's a 10-hour drive, so we'll see how far we make it. I have a friend in St. George that I might be calling in a big favor for to sleep tonight if we can't make it all the way home. But I have to tell a little story about Mr. Turbo. When they told us that the flights were canceled, they told us to go back to where we checked in and get in line to get our flights rescheduled. We're all standing in a line that's not moving. Nobody's really helping anybody. And this poor lady, she was probably about my age, and she had a tiny little baby in a carrier, and she had a little boy, toddler boy, and then like a 6-year-old girl, and the 6-year-old girl is just bawling, and the girl was upset because it was her grandpa's funeral she was trying to fly to, and it's tomorrow. So her dad's on the phone trying to book her new flights out of Phoenix, and then they tell her that her baggage is really far away, and she's just really upset, and Turin immediately says, I'll go get your baggage. Can I help you? I'll go get your baggage. She says, are you serious? I would be so grateful. So he takes my phone, gets her phone number, and goes over there and waits for her baggage, and I just could not have been more proud of him. That is exactly who Turin is. He is the sweetest ever, and she was so grateful. She was honestly so grateful for his help. I hope that they make it to their funeral on time. That's the hard thing with flights. Sometimes people are really trying to get somewhere, so you know, we obviously didn't have that kind of emergency, but everyone's trying to get home for the holidays. I have to hope everybody gets home safe, and we're on our way. Adventure is a come.
All right, guys. Well, if you haven't heard the update already, Lindsay's flight was canceled, which is super unfortunate. She's on the Allegiant Airline, which only flies certain times of the week, and so therefore she can't just jump on another flight like the next day because they don't actually fly out for a couple more days. And so honestly, it was just faster and cheaper for her to rent a car. So she's rented a car and they are driving home tonight. I encourage them to stop along the way if they want to, because I really don't want her driving at night. But I did check the weather along I-15, and it actually looks like pretty good weather, because that was my really first concern, was just the weather conditions, them driving here. But I doubt they'll make it here tonight. They'll probably be here tomorrow morning. Hey, life's an adventure though. I mean, kind of a setback a little bit, but honestly, kind of cool they get to extend their trip a little bit. Certainly, you know, no one loves long road trips. Honestly, especially those two. Turin and Lindsay are honestly like twins. Where I, on the other hand, I actually really do love road trips. In fact, we have a little surprise coming up here towards the end of the week that will entail a little bit of a road trip. Anyway, so I'm off to take the kids to music, and then obviously got to make some dinner. Was able to balance work pretty well today, along with just kind of taking care of the kids. Honestly, there was really no one to take care of. Ashley slept all day. Ava was, you know, here just hanging out, and then Landon was school. So it gave me a chance to honestly work all day anyway. But again, sounds like Lindsay and Turin will not be home until tomorrow, which is a bummer, but that is okay.
Okay, we made a quick pit stop to use the restrooms. We're trying to make our stops as quick as possible because we're already running pretty late in the day on this road trip. We stopped at good old Mickey D's because Turbo is starving. All he got in the airport was a smoothie, so he's starving. And I passed on McDonald's, but we are gonna keep going on this awesome road trip we're on. We made it halfway. We are being little troopers. We're getting tired of being in the car. We stopped off for some dinner but wanted something light, so we're getting Jamba Juice. I got a Pattaya bowl. Turin got a smoothie. It's called gummy. Does that mean there's gummy bears in it? Ooh, that'd be sweet if there were. So far, great weather, no snow. The roads are clear, not a ton of cars. We're doing awesome. And I think I'm gonna do some jumping jacks because I need to stretch my legs. All right, Turbo's up. What are you gonna do? Hands down the best smoothie you've ever had. For sure. A little jealous, even though, check out how amazing this looks.
Storm update. Look at that. Guys, winter has come. We got snow, people. All right, guys. Hey, kids are down in bed. Update from Turin and Lindsay. They are doing just fine. They arrival about 2 a.m. So I've encouraged them to probably stop along the way and stay in a hotel. Just nobody likes to drive that late at night. So that is probably what they will do. But we'll see. I will probably wait up for them if they do decide to trek all the way through. So anyway, kids are down. Had a little moment tonight with Landon. You know, he's capable of so much more than I think he actually realizes. I mean, truth be told, I think he's as capable than any of my kids to accomplish just sometimes like the simple little tasks. And you know, he just refused to do one last homework problem tonight. And you know, the truth is, he knows how to do it, right? But I think sometimes he's been helped out a little bit along the way, which is fine, but he's become a little reliant on that help. And we want to break him of that to a certain extent, where he doesn't expect others to do, you know, things for him that he really should learn how to do on his own, or he should just do on his own. Because again, he is the sharpest, smartest kid that honestly that I know. He is very wise for his age. Anyway, so just another moment of Holland that's sometimes a little bit frustrating, where he can get down on himself. He gets frustrated, rightfully so, but we just want to teach him that he needs to push through that. You know, he's going to be required to probably work a little bit harder, but there's no doubt he is capable of it. God gave him the special ability of being relentless and resilient. And I want to make sure that he brings that out in every aspect of his life, even something as simple as schoolwork.
Just waking up. Okay, guys, we made it to St. George. We are hoping this is our last stop. We're almost home. We're doing it. It gets colder every time we stop, and Turbo's in shorts and a t-shirt. We're looking for some good snacks.
Yep.
Keep us happy in the car.
All right, guys, as predicted, Lindsay and Turin are rolling in at 2 a.m. I waited up, watched a little movie to keep myself awake, read a book. Not the whole book, but just got a text that she's at the temple. They'll be here any second, so I thought I would just wait up and surprise them. The reason I'm dressed so warm, by the way, is because it's freezing cold outside. It's one thing my dad always did for me. It's something he did for all of us, even including my mom. If we were ever out late, even as adults, right? If I was ever coming home late on a trip, Lindsay and I, he would always wait up just to see if we were okay. So I feel like it's a good habit to, you know, show your loved ones that you care and wait up for them. So I decided to do that tonight. All right, here they come. They're home.
What's funny is that I didn't really scream.
Yeah, a hooded man sitting. You gotta pee.
Yeah, super bad.
What up, kiddo? How are ya?
Good.
Did you have an awesome long trip home?
No.
Oh my gosh, dog. It's 2 a.m. Stop it. So I thought I was going to be excited to see him.
Okay, guys, I just figured out.
It's 2 a.m.
I figured out we left my parents' house at 9 a.m. this morning. So it took us 17 hours to get home today. And I just have to give you a little recap on how it all went down. We got to the airport at 9:30 and plenty of time for our flight. And as we were giving the IDs to the airport security, my phone flashes that our flight's delayed. Only 45 minutes, no big deal. We get in there, we're chatting with one of Turin's soccer coaches who happens to be on our flight. Next thing I know, the flight is delayed another hour. So there's 2 flights going to Provo. One's an hour after ours. So then it's just chaos because they're trying to board our flight, but they keep getting interrupted and then closing the door, then opening the door, then closing the door. Then we've got people from the flight after us getting in our line and she has to keep telling them to get out of our line. It was the most chaotic thing I have ever seen. Then they delay it another hour and then 10 minutes later, cancel both flights. And it was, I felt like I was in a Christmas movie where everybody was just like racing.
Everyone was depressed too.
Oh.
No, you could just hear, oh.
Oh, everybody was talking to each other.
Everyone was so mad.
Everyone was
Like-
mad. People were crying. People were yelling at how mad they were. They were calling their family members. Everyone was racing over to the desk to try to get their flights rescheduled. I really felt like I was in a Christmas movie.
One lady was missing her grandpa's funeral for the
Ooh.
town flight delivery.
That's terrible.
So I already talked about this earlier, but she was upset. Her daughter was crying. She had 3 little kids with her, including a baby attached to her in one of those carriers, and she found out her luggage was like a couple buildings down, and she was really upset, and Turin offered to go get it for her.
Oh, that's sweet.
It was really cute.
You're the man, Turbo.
She was so happy and so grateful. But anyway, people were just talking to each other. They were angry, and then the flight people came by, and 10,000 people were asking her a question at once. Excuse me, I can't answer all of your questions at once. I need you all to talk one at a time. It just was kind of entertaining. I just decided, okay, we're not gonna get on a flight. I'm not missing Thanksgiving, so my mom rushed right back to the airport. We went straight to a rental car place. They happened to upgrade us to a small SUV, which was a huge blessing because it was a bit snowy on the way home. It wasn't terrible, but we definitely had to take it slower. So anyway, we made it home for the holidays. And we're so happy to be home, even though it's super, super late. And I thought Justin was asleep, and I came home to him trying to scare me.
I was not trying
Dressed
to
up
scare
like
you.
a burglar.
I was not trying to scare you.
Yes, you were.
No, I was not.
Yes,
the
you
intention is
were.
you were supposed to turn on the light, and then I was gonna come out and hug you guys, but you
You
ruined it because you had to
were
pee so bad.
Okay, that's still scaring me.
Well,
You were
yeah.
hiding in the hallway in the dark.
I was waiting for you to turn on the light, and then I was supposed to be the knight in shining armor that was going to appear in the lightness and then
So-
hug you.
Knights in shining armor are in sweats, winter coats, and beanies that are dirty and full of dog hair. And Annabella's going completely nuts. She's so happy to see us.
Well, we welcomed you home. I was the first to welcome you.
Yeah, super big welcome too. Okay, I just have to shout out this guy over here because he stayed up till 2 in the morning waiting up for us. I texted him a million times and said, I'm fine, I'm wide awake, I have plenty of energy, go to bed because you're gonna be so tired in the morning. And I came home to him waiting up for us to make sure that we were safe.
Did not try to scare you.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Turin is so excited to road trip with his mom. Christmas music for 10 hours straight.